Yo, so I'm gonna take today and show you guys how exactly I make all these videos and how I organize myself. To start off, it all comes down to having a system. I'll show you with my camera. I've got a MacBook. This is my 4TB hard drive. I've actually got a light on me right now to make it a little easier to see me. Boom. And this is my desktop. Whoosh. So to start off, we've got a hard drive with all my different footage. I've been keeping all my footage to be able to go back and use the full resolution and be able to punch in on certain things. And it's just nice to have. Plus storage is very cheap nowadays compared to anything else. We're working on day 228 right now. So when I go to my Final Cut, which is what I edit through, is the current version of Final Cut, all up to date and everything. So I've split each month into different libraries, so it's easy to go back and open up a new one instead of having to load all the videos from every single day. Right now I've already laid out all the videos from the day. I'm gonna start off with little congratulations to Joy for getting her white coat and going to med school. Going straight into being back on the water. I was called to row with some juniors to help them out with stroking the boat and having consistent rhythm because they've never really been in a sweet boat, less than a handful of times. What I'll have there is all the footage, so I'll probably do some speeding up. When I get to the end of the day, that's when I figured out I was going to be doing a triathlon the next day. So that video is going to be fun to edit. So it's got a good narrative for today. A lot of days I have trouble creating a strong narrative for the video. You can hear my computer working really hard right now because it is currently rendering everything, which it doesn't need to do. There's a lot of shortcuts I use, blah blah blah, but just cutting down on everything to make it go fast. So making sure I have the right day set up. So first thing I'll do is go find some music to edit it to, because I find it's a lot easier for me to edit to music than dropping music in everywhere, because each day is fairly similar to the last. Go out and row, come back, have a little chat after, which I realize is pretty boring, but some days it's a lot better for me to do that because it's a lot easier to edit. I will put the songs that I've used into their respective folders so that I don't use them too often. You know, every once in a while I really like a song and, you know, keep choosing that one. Andrew Appleby's I'm So. I used that as an entrance for a while. I'm so, brah, brah. But it's a bit epic for this row because it's very low, slow row. I might use that. That sounds a little better. So I drop it on the timeline. That's generally how I set up all my footage and everything, get ready to edit the rest of the video. I'm going to cut through all this boring part of, you know, where I find the beat and match it and, you know, leveling the audio off, and I'll bring you right to the end of the last few things that I'm looking at when I'm trying to make a vlog. So, see you in a second. And now I've laid out pretty much the entire timeline and gone through all the different pieces that I want. I've skipped ahead a fair bit so you don't have to watch the boring stuff. Command++ gets you zoomed in, make sure the date's right. This is why I save old footage, is so that I can take old footage and put it into the new project and it be full quality. So this shot of Joy is from Tomorrowland, full quality, instead of taking it from the edited video, which would have been, you know, compressed down. So, just small things like that. You know, put a little congrats on UVA med, and then meanwhile at the club. So this was a fairly standard rowing edit part. Basically just chop it to the music. It was 4 laps of steady state, you know, to make it more interesting. I keep it looking like it's one long continuous row. There's one point where it gets tough when I edit much faster cuts, and that just requires me to cut, skim through, cut, skim through, cut, skim through, but make sure that the rowing motion lines up with each other. So this part right here, you can kind of see it gets a lot thinner and thinner and thinner. So that's just those kinds of small, oh, that makes it a little bit more visually appealing things that, you know, rowing gets pretty boring to watch when nothing changes. So that's what I try and pride myself on a little bit, is making rowing a little bit more interesting to look at, even though it's really not. Then we transition to the second half of the video when I decided to do a triathlon. When I just record myself talking to the camera like this, it's a lot easier for me to create the story around it because I actually did the work ahead of time. So this is a 2-song video, which is a lot harder to edit. The head thing is just for easy transitions, even though it zooms right in on the acne. Basically recorded myself in time-lapse, putting new handlebar tape on, getting my kit set up, getting my wheel chain cleaned, and actually putting on a water bottle holder so that I could actually drink something during the race. Make sure that the music doesn't overdo what I'm speaking, so you can see right here the audio dip.
Well, it's not a fast bike.
You know, I did most of the work with the storyline during the day, so it's pretty easy to edit. Lots of laughing in this one. And then previously designed intros, outros, so I just copy the previous day and stick it on to the next day. You just design it to the size of what YouTube allows you to. Taper off the music and that's it. So that's the full thing. What I'll do is I'll go to File, Share, Master File, basically put it in the next set. So I've already done that. So here, we go to Select File to Upload, go to the hard drive, head to Edits, the month, choose the day. So I have it pre-populate, put the title in, so I'll rename the video to be something a little bit more entertaining. I'll probably play with this a little bit more. I don't exactly know what I want to put in right now, but since the video is private, I can edit it up until however long I want. So the next step is creating a thumbnail. I usually take a screenshot from the video. Screenshot of this. And I have Photoshop and everything, but I've gotten used to quickly creating thumbnails from this. Day 228. Now it's a little hard to see. I'll change this black. Copy, paste, shift that around. Change this to be white. That gives it some depth so you can actually distinguish it from the background. Export it, save it as smaller than 2 megabytes. You can see all my thumbnails here sorted. Custom thumbnail. Choose. We have a new thumbnail. And so that's a custom thumbnail, so you don't have to choose one of the generic ones that YouTube chooses for you. Done. YouTube's already processed it and everything, so that means that it's full quality, 1080p that I upload in. And then I go to edit video, and this is where the magic happens. So I go to editor. This is the end screens. They allow me to link the videos to the next ones. This most recent upload and change it to the day before. And because I don't have the video for tomorrow done yet, that will have to be linked afterwards. I made it a little bit harder for myself, but a lot easier for people to binge it because I heard that they do. And that is done. So all I have to do, change it to public, and boom, just like that, that video is now live on YouTube for everyone and their viewing pleasure. And that is a full vlog complete. So it's not entirely too hard, it's just a bit time consuming. So I've set up a couple systems that allow me to edit it as quick as I can. So you're seeing me catching up right now, yes, but this is all what I would do on the daily. Once I get back to that, it'll be easier, and I already have the systems and I know what I'm doing. It's just finding the time to actually sit down and edit these videos. Not too much else to say about that. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Peace!